Hey guys, Bryan Lebo here with your Las Vegas update video for June. If you watched last month, you remember that I emphasized how our market is performing quite differently depending on the price range. The low end of the market is appreciating quite well and the inventory is really tight. Meanwhile, the higher end of the market is much more sluggish. As a result, for the first time, I was able to find actual data to back up this perspective. Moving forward, we're going to monitor the market based on price range and spend less time focusing on the foreclosure and default activity. With that said, on the screen right now, you can see that last month, the NODs, or notices of default, were down substantially. Now, to be fair, at the time of the shooting, we're missing numbers from the last 2 days of May. As a result, I simply took the daily May average of 30 and added 60 more filings to replace those missing 2 days. Like I've been saying for over a year now, don't expect to see many foreclosures anytime soon. All right, next, let's chat about our inventory levels. As you can see on the screen now, our inventory levels haven't budged an inch for the past 3 months. Now, this shows amazing levels of consistency with regards to our supply side. At the moment, I don't see any reason why this is actually going to change anytime soon, which leads us next to the demand side. Last month, we sold 2,585 homes. This was down 2% from last year's total of 2,637 homes. Typically, we see a small increase in sales during the month of May over April, but this isn't really anything to be concerned about since this did happen back in 2013 as well. All right, next is everyone's favorite median price. If you recall, in last month's video, I was blown away to discover that the median price went up 4.2% in April to $210,000. Well, unfortunately, or fortunately, if you're a buyer, the median price this month was identical at $210,000. Now, while the numbers don't lie, this can be a bit deceiving. Now, in the beginning of the video, I told you that I'd be adding a new metric for this month. Well, for the first time, I'm going to break down the demand by market segment and explain to you why I've been preaching that we really have two completely separate markets. On the screen now is a fantastic table that breaks down the entire Las Vegas Valley's real estate market by price range. First, let's look at the column with the red in it. This column dictates the amount of demand based on the actual price range. Anything below 3 is considered a seller's market. 3 to 5 is considered relatively fair, but over 5, and you have yourself a buyer's market. At $1 to $200,000, you only have 1.8 homes for each buyer. This goes up to 2.6 when you go to 2 to 300,000. But the second you jump to 300,000, you suddenly have 4.2 homes for every buyer. Now, why such a jump? Consider the fact that the maximum FHA loan amount is now only $287,500. And you can see that the second you go over $300,000, you lose every FHA buyer. Also strange is that the $600,000 to $700,000 price range is much worse than the $700,000 to $900,000 price range. All right, the second part about this table that's fascinating is the separation between these two markets. If you look at the table again, you can see that out of the 2,719 homes sold in April, 2,034 of them are actually priced between $100,000 to $300,000. Literally, 75% of our market is this price range. So 75% of our buyers have a shortage of inventory to work with. Meanwhile, it's literally about 5 times easier to buy a $600,000 to $700,000 home. Now, at $900,000, it's almost 8 times easier. Last but not least, let's break down our current inventory. 10.5% of our market are short sales, 3.9% of our market are foreclosures, and 85.6% of our market are traditional sales. The more time goes by, the more traditional sales we have and the less distressed sales we'll have. Well, let's wrap up what we've learned here. Foreclosure activity is down, but utterly as meaningless as it's been for the past couple of years. Our inventory or supply is exceptionally consistent now. Sales or demand is very consistent as well, and the median sales price didn't budge an inch this month. Our market is very much divided right now between the price ranges, and our inventory is almost all traditional sales now. So where do we go from here? As I keep saying, we have two completely separate markets right now. If you're looking to buy on the low end of the market, unfortunately, there's a ton of competition out there. So depending on the price range and location, I've seen prices jump as high as 15% just in the past 3 months. Based on supply and demand, I don't see this changing much in the near future. Now, if you're looking to buy on the upper end of the market, unless the home is completely remodeled or upgraded to the hilt, you've got good reason to remain patient and make sure you negotiate. Sellers, on the other hand, still need to be realistic. Across the board, I'm still seeing sellers overprice their homes, and like I said, unless you've completely remodeled your home or recently purchased it with all the upgrades, you need to price your home accurately. New listings that are priced fairly have a much better chance of selling. When a home's been on the market for 4 months, but finally reduced the price to a realistic price range, buyers tend to wonder what's wrong with this place. It's okay to overprice your home for a week or two just to test the market, but if you don't get offers during those first 2 weeks, buyers simply aren't as excited about your home as you thought. Listen to your agent and get competitive quickly. Again, when a buyer sees a new listing that's priced right, they tend to worry that it might go quick and are more inclined to make an offer. When that same buyer sees a 4-month-old listing that just got reduced in price, it tends to look like someone's leftovers, and buyers tend to have more confidence in exercising patience and negotiating a bit more. Well, that's it for this month's update. Thank you for watching. Please click here to subscribe, and have a fantastic June, everyone.